Are you ready for chapter 5? Chapter 5, Simon's 13th birthday and Bar Mitzvah, and Jesus moves away. Chapter 5. It was about time. I had been waiting for my 13th birthday for so long. Mama said she and Papa were planning a Bar Mitzvah for me. Andrew was a little jealous of all the attention I was getting, but I was concentrating on my first reading of the Holy Scriptures in the synagogue. I was a bit nervous, but Mama said I would do just fine. Sometimes I just want to do things faster and quicker than I should, so Mom and Papa slow me down and help me to focus. Morty and Eli came by the house and wanted me to come out with them. So we walked to the edge of town where we watched some shepherds herding their sheep to a different pasture. We saw one shepherd run after a lamb who insisted on leaving the flock and trying to run off on his own. The shepherd had to do this again and again until he picked the lamb up and put him over his shoulders to carry him back. The shepherds finally got the sheep settled in the valley, so we walked back. We sat down by the well and used our sticks to draw in the sand. Eli hadn't said a word all day. When I asked him what was the matter, he said he had been thinking about Jesus and he used to play with him. Since Eli was the youngest of us, we had to explain things to him a little more. We talked about the fact that Mary and Joseph had to take little Jesus and move somewhere else. Mama said it was because of evil King Herod. Morty said, "Simon, how many names for Jesus can you remember from the scriptures?" So we started having a contest to see who could remember the most. I said I remembered the Ancient of Days, Counselor, God of Israel, Judge of Israel, Most Mighty, and the Root of Jesse. Morty said he could remember Anointed of the Lord, Branch of Righteousness, Chief Cornerstone, Diadem, and Lily of the Valley. Eli chimed in with King of Glory, and Prince of Peace, and Redeemer. So I clearly won the contest. Suddenly, I heard Mama calling me back home. So we raced back home, and I waved to the boys as they went into their houses. When I went inside, I saw that we had a guest for supper. It was our priest from the synagogue. Mama was down on her knees washing his feet. This is a custom of ours from long ago. Roads are made of dirt here, and our feet get dirty. So when a guest comes to your house, you wash their feet to welcome him. Mama reminded me it was almost sundown. The Sabbath was coming, and tomorrow was my big day. So we made ready for supper. The table was full of food, some vegetables from Mama's garden. She had obviously been cooking all day. It smelled wonderful in there. During supper, the rabbi talked to me about my part in the temple. I was ready because I had been practicing every evening after supper. The sun arose again right on time the next morning. I jumped out of bed and ran to the window to see the new day, my birthday. It was going to be great. I could already hear Mama in the kitchen, and I could smell my favorite breakfast cooking. There would be flatbread with smashed grapes on them, orange pieces, and dates. Oh, I couldn't wait. After breakfast, we got dressed in our finest garments. Papa says it's important to always give God your best of everything. Mama made a new robe for me just for this special occasion. She also made a new veil for herself. She looked beautiful. Our friends were already at the temple when we arrived. Everyone was quiet and reverent when we walked in and sat down. Papa placed the symbol of the Star of David on my left arm and forehead. See the picture? Then he placed the skull cap on my head. There were seats in the front reserved for us. At the proper time, the rabbi motioned for me to come up in front of the crowd. I read from the scriptures just as I'd rehearsed. Mama was wiping away tears while Papa was smiling. I couldn't help think how nice it would be to have Jesus here with us today.